Moses, you are looking really haggard.
Dan, I am literally bursting with fruit flavor.
Wow, that's what this is. I wish we had a video component so everyone could see just
Your
how
eyes are so tired.
Yeah, how despondent you look. Yeah. You look like I just ran over a dog that you have and don't have.
I'll wait for him. He'd wait for me.
Oh, God.
Wow. That's dark.
Yeah,
dude.
that's the Jurassic Park episode of Futurama. Like, oh my God. Somehow the saddest episode of that show with nonstop sad episodes.
Don't bring me to dark places, man. I'm struggling as it is.
It was a long weekend. What could I say? We had a little shindig to go to. In the middle of the woods, Witchcraft.
Yeah,
beers and booze.
Yeah. Booze spelled like boo.
Yeah, but like boobs without the second B.
That's the full name. Beers and booze.
Yeah,
booze. Yeah.
Oh God,
yeah, you get it now, right?
I just show up to this thing. I
don't care how it's marketed.
It's a fun time. Well, everybody dresses up and gets drunk. Yeah, there's a pie eating contest. I heard of.
I saw about the first 10 seconds of it, and then I had to walk away. It was shameful.
Yeah, I was going to say all pie eating contests are shameful. There's no reason to be eating a pie as fast as you.
You don't get out of that looking good.
No. It's like a fucking rape victims everywhere.
Jesus Christ!
Wow.
Wow.
That's what the fuck pie are you eating?
I think we're still in the first 2 minutes of
That's
this.
what the pie looks like afterwards.
Chunk.
Justin, please. Take this away.
So this event, it's not the first time we've done it, and probably will not be the last. It's an event over 2 days, so essentially like 2 sessions. It's like it's not like it is essentially a beer and liquor and pretty much everything in between fest mixed in with like vendors and food, obviously like food trucks, and then they have some like entertainment going on in the way of like fire spinners.
They had axe throwing.
They had, that wasn't, that was participatory. They had drag. Oh, I only saw this last night on the last night of it because I went to try to go find some food. A drag show of Shrek.
Oh, that makes so much sense now.
What? Oh, please, why?
Because there were so many like Shrek group costumes. Like there was like an abundance of Shrek, and I'm like, that's just fucking weird. Why?
Okay, I don't know how that's. Okay, sure.
So they were probably all four of
They might have been the performers. There were, you know what? There was actually a lot of Shrek people.
We saw like 3 or 4
I didn't notice
Farquads.
this at all.
Yeah, so
there was a wait. There was a Shrek drag show.
Yes, I was waiting for my food.
Yeah.
I wish we had a video component for my reaction.
Yes.
No, I just want to hear about what food he ate. What part is still learning?
I will tell you of what I saw. So there was somebody also take into account I was about 100 yards away.
Okay.
So I wasn't very up close. But there was a narrator of sorts and then a Shrek person in the most horrifying Shrek getup I've ever seen in my life. Looked like a pregnant Shrek.
God, that's a weird. I'm visualizing that.
Yes.
Also, by the way, real quick, band name, Pregnant Shrek.
Yeah.
Oh,
God,
that's
damn,
pretty
do I
good.
have to write that down?
I'll write it down right now.
All right, please write it down.
Yeah. And so
Pregnant
so
Shrek,
basically
Jesus
it was my understanding. I only saw like the first 3 minutes. But like it was like they only have like a 15-20 minute window for their show because it's like and then the fire spinners are gonna
Before
come
the
back.
cops show up.
So all I saw is they start telling the story of Shrek, this drag person. I don't even know.
What's the story of Shrek? He lived in a swamp and people were building it?
More or less,
like developers or something?
the point of the story I stayed up to is that Shrek came on stage, danced around, and did one of those slam splits down on the stage.
Oh, wow.
And then I walked away.
What the fuck does this have to do with Shrek?
I don't know. I missed the rest of the story, unfortunately.
I do want to say, like, if you can do one of those fucking slam splits, though. Like,
That's impressive.
that really is impressive. I cannot do that. I can barely like bend over to like tie my shoes.
Also, what the fuck does that have to do with Halloween? What the fuck does any of this have to do with Halloween?
Now you're getting it.
Yeah.
Shrek, Dan. Shrek.
All right, that's it. Podcast canceled. I'm going home to blow my brains.
So yeah,
I hope you have a bullet for me, Dan.
You know I do.
Oh God. So much pain.
I'm so
I know what our thumbnail is now.
oh, man.
Who's hand drawing that?
He ain't lying. Well, I'll be dead. So somebody.
All right, yeah. So we go to this thing, and basically a bunch of local breweries and distilleries can come showcase their wares. It's also like where there's like palm reading people and people that do general sales of odds and ends.
Yeah, all sorts of gimmicks. And
Yeah.
sales and such like that.
Yeah, candles, fudge.
Oh,
Fudge.
Yeah.
Fudge.
Yeah, you guys had a nice
The Battle of the Fudge.
the battle of the fudge.
Is that what we're calling
Yes.
it? That was great.
Yeah, you were
Is
bending
this a
over
good
that
time
time.
to talk about it?
If you wanna.
I guess.
Just don't speak over each other. Take your turn and have respect.
I don't remember making Moses eat fudge. But
Oh, he was fighting me, trying to shove it in my face, and then I started tapping him in the nuts.
I am completely breaking down right now because I remember when we first started the recording session, you told me this, and I'm like, this is what the fuck is this?
I was like, we were talking about how I was making Moses eat fudge. I was like, that's not a euphemism. And you said you were like, it would make more sense if it was.
Because I was just slapping him in the balls then because to get him off.
Yeah, knowing that it would make more sense if it actually meant the euphemism than it is you just making him eat fudge, literal fudge.
I don't know why I wanted to eat the fudge. It's peanut butter fudge.
No, it was pumpkin.
Oh, pumpkin.
I came back into the area where we were largely hanging out at, and these two are like Greco-Roman wrestling.
At some point, this motherfucker picked me up from one leg
Yes.
and got me all the way into the air, which, by the way, very impressive because I know that you're not in great shape. But, like, he got me all the way into the air. I weigh, like, over 200 pounds.
Yeah.
And he just fucking, like, lifted me up. And I had to be like, all right, I'm tapping out. You don't have to eat this fudge anymore. Mind you, I do think that I got right back into trying to make it eat.
Yeah, you did. I went right back to tapping.
I'm sorry that I'm a liar and a cheat.
All right, let's back up. How did this start? How did the force feeding of fudge?
I bought fudge.
That wasn't even your fudge. That was Jeff's fudge.
That was just fudge.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We probably shouldn't have thrown that away, though. I think he forgot about it.
You were
Did you give him? Did you give him his hot sauce?
Yes,
The
he got
hot sauce he was
got the hot
drinking?
sauce. He got the hot sauce, yeah. He got the hot. I wasn't trying to make Moses eat hot sauce.
You were trying to force feed Moses someone else's fudge.
Dan, I drank a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah, that's like your
And-
Sunday afternoon.
I
That's
know
not an
it is,
excuse.
but I was on an empty stomach and we were out in the woods. There was a lot of dust.
There was a lot of dust.
How is that no reason?
I don't know, man. I was trying to
Dust makes you do
I was
crazy
trying
things,
to help
Dan.
him. Everybody's looking at me like I'm the villain. I'm trying to give this man goddamn pumpkin.
I'm a
fudge.
diabetic, you asshole.
First of all, fuck yourself. Because that's very loose with you. You're drinking liquor right now or beer, whatever the fuck that is. I was trying to help my friend Moses with some pumpkin fudge because who wouldn't enjoy that? Everybody loves pumpkin fudge.
I hate
Everybody
pumpkin.
wants to eat it. You go fuck yourself. And I was trying to make him enjoy this thing that he would enjoy because he would enjoy it. And he just didn't know that he would enjoy it because nobody ever made him do it. And I was trying to make him do it because he would enjoy this, Dan. He would enjoy it. And I'm going to repeat myself again. He
You
would
sound like
enjoy
the
it.
government.
Yeah. If you would just pay me to make him eat fudge, then I will do it. I will make him eat fudge. And then he got upset. He got all sorts of fucking ornery. And then we were Greco-Roman wrestling, as Justin put it, which is fair. That is what happened. And I would say that you did win that fight. I did not have the physical or mental fortitude to see my way out of that altercation that I swung my cane into.
Let me interject real quick. I had also left again and come back. That's when he had you like practically up in the air and like
He
a force
literally
feeder
lifted.
away.
He literally lifted me up into the air. It was honestly, it wasn't even like Greco-Roman wrestling
No.
at that point.
No, at that
it was
point,
like
no.
a ballet.
Yeah.
Like he had lifted me up by one leg, and my other one was like out because I was trying to balance myself. Because I also did not want you to fall over, sir, because I would have been the one to get hurt. Because you're like 3 feet fucking tall, and it's like I felt like I was just gonna hit my head. Now that I think about it, though, it was like a plastic table, so I probably would have been fine.
You would have.
No, that
but
was in a plastic table.
your leg was bent in such a way
Yeah.
that it upset me.
Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised I don't feel that pain right now. But that was probably the pumpkin fudge. It has healing properties, Dan. Healing properties that I thought might have been able to help my dear friend Moses, who is so unwilling.
I have tiramisu fudge at home.
You got that, and you
That
didn't
sounds
fucking
better.
share it with me?
No, I got it for Nancy.
Jesus Christ. Jeez.
Turns out she doesn't like fudge.
Now I don't know if it's a euphemism anymore.
I thought we were done with phrasing.
So,
Are we still talking about literal
I
fudge?
don't know anymore. Maybe.
so as you can tell, these are like just for the people attending. It's like a 4-hour slam as much booze and alcohol as you can.
And we went
Yeah,
to the
shot a
bar.
minute.
Can we talk about the bar real quick?
Yes.
Just like
Before
how much
we
I
went,
love
yeah.
this bar. Yeah. So before we went there, do you have any more cigarettes for me?
Not for you.
God damn it. You're such a piece of shit. So before we went to the actual event, we had to go in pregame because we were meeting up with Jeff and what have you. Ooh, cigarettes. So we went there to Lower Bank Tavern in the middle of Bumblefuck, New Jersey. Absolutely fantastic bar. And really tremendous, Den. Just tremendous. It's the best bar.
There was a lot of that.
I wish we had the video.
I wish I had the video. People couldn't see it. I'm doing the Trump hand
The
gesture.
Trump hand things. Yeah. They go on for days. Yeah.
Every other person there had that hat on.
Yeah. But it was like we showed
Do
up
the
there.
duck face first.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So it's like, since it's a 2-day event, I personally, and I think that you guys were right there with me, but like I was already feeling a little like haggard. I felt worn out, defeated, bombed out like Afghanistan, and it was just like a thing. And
Name drop.
and so like we sat down at the bar, and I think you guys were more lively than myself, but we had the lovely Miss Cindy working, and I absolutely drank like 4 whiskeys there.
Yeah, you did. Before we went to the bar, you talked about like I'm not going to start with whiskey. Because it's
And then I panicked.
Yeah, then you absolutely panicked and you
saw it
ordered
on
a
my
whiskey.
face, yeah, because she was like, she's a tough bitch, and because she like walks up and she's like, "What the fuck do you want?"
Yes.
And I'm like, "Oh, damn, I got nothing to say to her because she's a better person than me." And I'm like, "I guess I'll have a whiskey." And it's like, and like we made eye contact, and I'm like, "I don't really know what I'm doing in this world."
Folded so fast.
So fast, man. Absolutely, yeah. Oh, it was ridiculous. But yeah, so yeah, I had a couple of drinks there, and then we got to the event.
Yes.
And then you found that there was like vodka somewheres.
Next to us.
Right next to us was
yeah.
a vodka
It felt like a
distillery.
longer walk than that.
There was always a long line for it.
That might have been that then.
We also found you found a joint on the
Oh, yes.
ground.
Yeah, I found a free joint
Yeah.
on the ground.
Can we just talk about that real quick?
Yes.
Tom? I want to talk about, as I light the cigarette, I hate how lucky you are, Moses. You are such a conundrum to me, and I say this with a lot of love and, you know, more love than respect. But but you you have such fantastic luck in so many ways, and yet in some ways you've had a hard life, and you're a goddamn curmudgeon and a piece of shit, and I hate you. But you just have these things that smile upon you, and I envy it. So despite the fact that I think that
I bought hot dogs with that $10 I found on the ground.
is that where the hot dogs came from?
Yep.
Son of a bitch! It's like
It was meant to
I
be.
don't want your life, but there's a part. Like I want parts of it. I want the hot dog part.
You found $10 on the ground and you used it to buy hot dogs.
Yes, naturally.
From the
Seamlessly.
hot dog truck up the road
Yeah.
from here.
Yeah.
covered no
Yeah.
distance.
Not at the event.
No.
On the way here.
Well, everything was closed down by the time I found that $10.
Isn't that amazing? Like, how do you not, like, honestly, like, I hate to praise you, but it's like, how do you not envy that? That's great.
It's good to be the king.
Shut the
Everything's
fuck
coming up Moses.
Yeah. Yeah. Finds $10, buys hot dogs with it. How is this not a meme?
This is so much laughter that has to be edited out.
No, you gotta leave it in there. People love the laughter. They do.
This is what you get. This is-
No, you leave all of this in.
So
Oh my God.
it also tied into when I was just waiting to get food and seeing this whatever. I can never remember what name was called when men dress up like women and dance.
Oh, what is it? Drag?
Drag.
Yeah.
So this is a little later in the evening, and like now, like most people there are just fucked.
Mm-hmm.
They're just so drunk.
Yeah. Yeah, to paint that picture, we were not the only ones who were.
No,
Ridiculous.
this isn't like a very calm.
The only one who noticed that we were having a Greco-Roman
Was
Roman
Justin.
friend- Yeah, it was Justin. That was it. Everybody else there was just like, oh yeah, 2 people.
Look, there's T-shirts.
Yeah.
So I'm standing in front of this like food truck waiting for my food and shit. And a lot of what they do is they'll have like, if you get a drink, there's like a big cooler that's just in front of the truck and you get your drink yourself and you pay for it. Well, these 2 girls, they were dressed up as witches. they decided that they had to grind on each other on top of the cooler.
Love that.
So, and they wouldn't let people who were buying drinks get their drinks out of the cooler.
Yeah.
So it was almost a fight that went down.
That's awesome.
Yeah, right there. It's quite an event.
Yeah.
I mean, I do love it. I really
love
do.
that.
It is a good time.
But it is absolute unbridled chaos.
And so much walking in loose sand.
Yeah, that's
If it was
a real thing.
If it was compact, I'd be like, fine.
yeah. So yeah, for the list, go ahead.
Real quick, have you guys said that what the name of the event and where it was? Like, I think you just said it was Bumblefuck, but like it was.
So yeah, it was Witchcraft.
Yeah.
Beer Fest, but I think it's actually called like Beers and Booze.
Beers and booze.
Yeah.
But booze is spelled. Yeah, we went over this before, I think, but it's it's like it's booze like boo.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
like boo. Like that's my
Yes,
boo.
yes.
That's my boo.
It's down in Bumblefuck.
Paradise Lake.
Paradise Lakes. It's a campground off of 206.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, like, you get on 206, and 206 is out of the way to begin with, and then you have to essentially turn onto a dirt road and take a dirt road, like, I don't know,
About a mile.
three quarters of a
Fucking
mile
far.
into the
Yeah.
woods.
I was trying to get Moses to like fucking like do something with his whip, just kind of like bring it around, you know, do a little something fancy. But he wasn't
His
doing it.
car.
He was just trying to.
Yeah, that's what I said. His whip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister would appreciate that very much. That's what she
I'm fucking
prefers.
16, motherfucker.
It's a gummy ship.
Oh, all right, a Kingdom Hearts
Yes.
fucking reference. Yeah.
Oh man, this is completely off topic, but I just want to once again reiterate that you have a ball of yarn in the back of your car.
And
sir.
Steve.
Yeah. Oh, he has a spider that lives in his car, Dan.
What?
There's a spider that builds a web in his car. Period. And his name is apparently Steve Jobs.
Yes. Not the Steve Jobs, obviously.
We're not making this up. This is a real thing. It's a real thing. It's a spider that lives between his driver's seat and his passenger seat. And apparently the name of the spider is Steve Jobs. And I was a little bit alarmed.
No, that's what his name is. I didn't name him that. His parents did.
I don't. Spider. You know what? I'm not gonna.
You know,
I'm not that.
spiders have a lot of babies. I don't think they give out names.
This
Dan,
one
I don't know if you're in the position to really say
Yeah.
that. But
You've
this
never
is the
even
le-
met Steve.
Yeah. That's a little rude, Dan. I'm actually gonna call you out on that.
Well, you
Stop
guys,
signaling.
you guys were a little drunk at the end of the night. I don't know if you remember, but I might have accidentally killed Steve.
Oh, I remember
Jesus
that.
Christ.
It made me upset. Yeah. But there was a bowl of yarn.
All
back
right,
there.
so everybody, audience F for Steve.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm pouring some out right now. But yeah, there was a bowl of yarn in the back, like a novelty bowl of yarn, like the type of yarn that you see in like old Looney Tunes, where it's like a cat and they're like playing with it. You know,
You have a ball of yarn.
I asked them the same fucking thing.
For playing.
What?
Sometimes you just got to play.
Yeah, it's
So you are a cat.
I might be.
No, it's a straight up ball of yarn. It was absurd. It was and there's so many things in that back seat, but the ball of yarn took the cake. It was amazing. I just drank so much more after that because there's really no reconciling it in my own mind. That I just enjoyed it. I just took a moment
He
back.
had
and
a
just,
fucking refrigerator in the back of his car for how long?
that was a long time. Yeah. I questioned about that for months. For months, I questioned it. It's like a little mini fridge just chilling back there. It is like, honestly, we could just do a whole, like one day, that's what we got to do. When we get the video thing, we have to just go and tour Moses' car.
Like a shitty episode of Cribs.
Oh my god, I would enjoy just
There's a
doing the.
doormat outside. Yeah. Bless this mess.
I would enjoy the cinematography that we could do with that. Like, there's just a quick editing.
You make it look good when you use a fisheye lens. It's big.
You just walk in, you do that.
Yeah, fucking A. He's got a whole kitchen in there. He's eating fucking Pop-Tarts as he drives. He's in the passenger seat sometimes. Car's just ghosting.
I can believe that. I can believe Moses having an easy bake oven in his car.
Oh, he's totally that guy. Totally that guy.
Hey, Wario, whatever your fucking name is. You also got to take in some nice scum water.
Oh my god. Let me smoke a cigarette for that story. So yeah. What's on fire?
Yes.
This episode really needed to be a video.
Yeah.
Just
It
so many things
does.
are
Yeah, there's a
happening.
lot of action here. A lot of action. You shouldn't edit any of this. Just air it raw. I'm not even joking with you.
LND uncut.
Yeah, right? Just spit on it, put it on the internet.
Guys, there's a problem. I spit on my computer and now it's broken.
Oh, no.
So yeah, the scum water that was unrelated to all of Moses' hijinks. Yeah, so I'll tell this to you because they already fucking saw it. But yeah, Dan, I was enormously dehydrated at one point from all the whiskey that I was drinking for about 72 hours, and I desperately needed water. And Mr. Justin right here, he at some point checked a random tap that was like in the middle of the woods, so it's just like a pipe that comes up out of the ground because we're not far from a river, and it worked. There was water there, and so I was like, oh fuck it. I was like, I'm gonna totally go and drink that because like I'm a woodsy person, and I filled up. It was dark out, and I filled up something. And maybe it was a boot. I don't know. And
Are you Australian?
yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say. And I filled it up, and I immediately saw like this like thick like 1 inch layer of it's fair to call it scum, but there was like it was like if you poured a Guinness poorly. It's just like a thick layer of yeast, and I saw it, and I was sober enough that I saw it, and I was like, I shouldn't drink that because that's not for people. And
But you were drunk enough that you did.
I was drunk enough that I really wanted the water that was underneath the scum. So I chose to like tip the glass a bit. But you know how that works where it's like you tip the scum out?
Yeah, the scum stays and the water goes up.
Yeah, and it's like, and the water went out. And so like I just had scum and I did drink it, and I really had like a lot of second thoughts about it. It hasn't caught up to me yet. So I feel like maybe it was the right move. But I did need the hydration.
You should have just had a sip of the cranberry juice I had.
I didn't want to do that because I'm never going to cede to you because you're a piece of shit. I would rather die from scum water. And that's what happened. And I feel like it, for the most part, so far, it's worked out pretty well. I am alive. I'm doing this podcast right now. And the scum water, it tasted terrible. It was really bad, if we're being honest. There was flavors in there that shouldn't exist in water. But
I washed my hands with it, and my hands felt weird afterwards.
Yeah, no, that's true though. I did the same thing, and it was like afterwards, my hands felt like there was like a thin layer of slime, you know. And obviously, that's what I drank. So I guess my insides look like that now. So it's hard to say.
One little piece of this is that the venue that it's at is like a quasi-defunct campground.
Yeah.
In the middle of the woods. So like you have just these weird super old spigots coming up out of the ground.
Yeah, this was a random spigot.
Just randomly next to a rusting away propane.
Yeah. Yeah, this was like, it was not meant to be drank out of. No. This is not the fault of the campground.
Hilariously, it did have...
No one should have drank out of this. I chose to. For weird reasons that escape even myself.
It did have a bar of soap with a rope going through it that was tied to this thing. So I don't know whose shower we were using, but
I feel like it's probably okay to like put that water on your body, you know, where you have that
but
protective
probably not
shell.
in you.
No, I shouldn't have drank it. That was a bad move.
Well, according to Justin, his hands felt weird after he used it to wash his hands. So maybe don't shower with this scum water.
It's really hard to say, Dan. I'm not a doctor. Neither are you. It all worked out well in the end, though.
And
you say that like you're trying to convince me.
I just want you to drink the water, man. Just try it.
Did you bring it?
No, I didn't. It's inside of me. It's inside of me right now. You ever seen the movie The Thing?
I was just thinking the Futurama episode.
Yeah.
All right, so now we can confirm if we do the blood test from the thing.
Yeah,
you're the thing.
That's fair. Yeah. I don't want to die by flamethrower, though. For being honest, I always had a different vision.
Close your eyes and think of that while we burn you.
I'm just gonna drink more of the water, and that's gonna kill me.
Well, with his elevated blood alcohol level, he'll burn quicker.
That's true in theory. Yeah. Nothing's killed me yet, though. So.
and I think maybe like the last little bit of this too, because we did the full 2 days there and everything. So like last year it rained out, and that had its own problems.
Yeah.
Because it's a rain or shine event, and just standing in the rain sucks. This year it was very dry, and it's that very loose, powdery.
Oh yeah, it's like moon dust.
Like yes.
Yeah.
And I guess because like you have so many cars coming in, driving this essentially near a mile into on these trails, and then all around it, and just people walking through this stuff. There was just perpetual particulate in the air.
My God,
of this dust.
No.
And towards the end of the second night, everybody just kind of realized they're just absolutely. Everybody's looking like they came out of the mines.
Yeah. I feel that. Yeah, I absolutely feel it. I was coughing. I was telling you guys before. I was in my shower this morning, and I coughed into my hand, and it was absolutely like I've been fucking like I'm a fucking like 12-year-old kid mining coal in goddamn like old England. It's bad. I got the black lung.
It's like
probably what that pile of dead canaries was about.
Oh, man.
I thought they were snacks.
I was eating them. I didn't eat something that gets the taste of the water out of my mouth then.
And this whole adventure ended 2 hours before we started recording.
Yeah. that's the lethargy.
Yeah.
This seemed very lethargic to me.
Yeah, you're feeling it now.
Yeah, I'm feeling this energy now.
I want to talk just really quick, mostly just because I want to bitch about it just a little bit more because I
Sure.
enjoy it. But that guy that swallowed a radio.
What?
Yeah. What are you saying? What? He was talking to you the whole fucking time.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, the guy that swallowed a fucking radio. The guy that wouldn't shut the fuck
I
up.
was trying to picture somebody swallowing a radio.
No, it's not literal. It's not fudge.
Saying, I'm still lost.
Yeah. That guy just would not shut the fuck up. It was
He loved your beard
yeah.
and your cigarettes
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And
all
my
those
charging block.
and your charging block.
things. Yeah. He smokes
Everything about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
I
wanted to-
passed him the weed.
Yeah. I literally I don't often walk away from people because I like to be polite.
yeah.
But I had to walk away from that motherfucker. He was talking too much.
It was nonstop.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
Non-stop. That was great.
How'd the business do?
Fine. I most
Pretty
of
good. I
it.
haven't.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure what the second day was. I just
Yeah,
left
it was
it up
better
to
than the
tomorrow.
first
But
day.
yeah,
Yeah.
not terrible.
Yeah, we did well enough. The first day is a Friday, and not everybody's off of work. That's not the other. So Friday's it's going to be, I guess, a little bit slow. It was
Yeah.
slower
When
than
did it
what we
start
did.
on Friday?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. That's
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was 7.
It's late, yeah. And beer festivals are going out of vogue now.
yeah.
So that's a thing. The second day, Saturday, which I don't remember at all because I drank so much whiskey before we got up
fudge.
there.
You had a lot
I
of
didn't
fudge.
drink the fudge, but I ate some of it, and it was delightful. Not
Let
a
him
euphemism.
continue his point.
Yeah. Saturday was busier. I wandered around. Oh, we had Jeff with us.
We did.
Jeff was trying to pick up tail fucking
Yeah.
everywhere.
I mean,
He was, and honestly, I will give him fucking mad fucking points.
Puts himself
Just-
out there.
He literally, there would be a group of women walking together. He would single out one and then walk right up to that girl and just be like, yo, what are you doing? You want to go back to my buddy's place? I'll fuck the shit out of you. and she was just like, no, who are you? And he's like, all right, the officer's there. Try somebody else. But it's that's baller. I got to respect that because I would not have the balls to do that, largely because it's going to fail most of the time. Right. But he would cast that wide net, you know?
99.9999999% failure.
Yeah. But 0.001, you're getting fucked. You know? And I'm about that. And that trade-off sounds fucking great to me. You know?
I love Jeff and full respect to him. So this is not going to be anything. But he was so drunk at the end of the
Oh,
night.
yeah. He said he blacked out.
He was talking still doing the same thing,
Yeah.
going up to women.
I was. That's great.
That's how you go to jail. That's how at that point you start going full Joe Biden talking.
Oh man, he said something so funny this morning because I was giving him a lift home, and I don't know what the context is here, but I guess a friend or whatever, loved ones, texted him, and they were just like, hey, are you okay? And he's like, what the fuck is going on? And he's like, did something happen last night? And I'm like, not that I'm aware of. And he's like, seriously? He's like, you got to tell me, was I eating a sandwich like fucking David Hasselhoff? That guy's funny as shit.
No, I love him. I love
lost
him.
my
Yeah.
shit.
But he's wild man. Wild man.
You can also get yourself in trouble trying to pick up tail at a festival that has a Shrek drag show.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I guess all's well that ends well.
I'm still perplexed over that. I don't want to drill in too deep on the Shrek drag show.
They might like it
concept.
if you did though.
No. They would like it. I would just I would go grab my gun.
Yeah, well, it's all the same in a fox.
Yeah,
You were in the military, right?
Once Shrek did it, went up there and blasted his balls on the stage. I was just like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I'm glad I missed it. Who knows where my night would have ended?
In some swamp.
Got to drain that swamp, baby. Was there any other highlights to that? I feel like that was largely the gist of it.
That
No.
was pretty much
That
it.
was pretty much it. It was a long, lot of drinking weekend.
The amount of whiskey that I drank is just absurd. I'm shocked that I'm drinking right now. I really am. It's incredible. I give myself props, but it's not positive. Here we are.
Now,
It's not whiskey though. So
producer Dan was not with us.
No, I
but he
was
also looks a little haggard in his own right.
Well, because all right, so I've had back issues for a little bit, but it's been mostly upper back. Maybe a couple of years ago it was lower back. Every once in a while you feel it, but overall pretty all right. But as I've said on the podcast before, I have a neck injury and that's gone down to my shoulders, and it's just you feel it between the shoulder blades and all that stuff. So I've been going through the VA to see doctors out in town because through community care you can do that. So they recommended going to see a chiropractor. Now, I was a Joe Rogan listener, so I know that it's a little spotty going to see a chiropractor, but also beggars can't be choosers. So I'd like, listen, what harm can it really fucking do?
Right.
So I went out in town, not through the VA, because I think the chiropractor through the VA is up in like East Orange. And
that makes sense. Yeah,
and I am not driving up
in the alley behind a porno theater.
First of all, that would be a better location. The possibility of me being stabbed would decrease. And also, I'd be at a porno theater.
There you
That's
go.
true. Yeah. And if they stab you in the right spot, then it can fix the problem.
So I've been seeing a chiropractor for the last like 12 weeks or so, just like once a week, just like, and I don't want to dunk on the people too much because every once in a while my neck and my shoulder do tense up. I get knots in my neck and I have like searing headaches. And I went to the chiropractor like the Monday after a weekend where I'm like, I can't shake it no matter what I freaking do. Muscle relaxers, weed, whatever the hell, it's not fixing the problem. I could stretch for hours and it's not going to get the knot
Have you tried praying?
Or unplugging it and plugging it back in.
So
I'm just saying.
To the credit of one of the chiropractors there, I went there and he essentially loosened it back up and I was fine. The 12th visit, I went there and I go there and I go back home and I start doing my job, and because I more or less work from home more often than not. And at the end of the day, I'm like, I felt it like all the way through my back, like upper, mid and lower back. I'm like, geez, this sucks. So I have like a shit ton of at-home workout stuff, like foam roller. I have like I have a bunch of shit like resistance bands. I practically have a gym, but my house is too small for it to be a gym, so I just work out in front of my multiple TVs.
I was gonna say, like, I picture his home as being something, and I've been over there before, but it's been a minute.
Yeah.
And I just picture like computer monitors everywhere, and then there's also gym equipment everywhere, but there's no like actual kitchen or bedroom. You know, it's just
American Ninja Warrior meets the Matrix.
Yeah, exactly. And he's just in there. He's like pumping it.
I was thinking, remember the Dark Knight when he's tapped into every single cell phone?
Right.
It's that, but kettlebells.
Yeah. There we are.
So 12th visit, my back feels like shit, and I have not been really able to shake it. And at that point, I'm like, no, I'm not going back to the chiropractor because you fucked up my back.
You're right.
Like, I could go back there, and they're like, what are you gonna do? Like, unfuck it, and then like
refuck it,
and then refuck it, like during the unfucking process. I'm not doing that anymore. So I have. Thankfully, like DDPY, Diamond Talus Page Yoga, we talked about it briefly on the podcast before.
Yeah.
You get like half off if you buy it and you're like a veteran or in the military.
Cool.
So it's like it goes from like $130 for the year to like $65, which is like, no, that's nothing. That's like what, $5 a month for the fucking whole year.
Sounds like a sales pitch.
And
I
like,
believe it is.
Not a sponsor.
For less than $1 a day, you can save a young Dan.
you can save Diamond Dallas Page. And to its credit, though, it does work. I just get bored with doing the same routine over and over. So I've just been trying to like do that routine, but like listen to like Dave Smith's like libertarian podcast or something.
Right.
And I've been trying to do that more and more often.
That's got to be good for your neck. Listening to politics. I'm sure that's real good for you, Dan.
Listen, as you know, and as every listener of this podcast knows, I'm an insane person.
Yes, I'm filled with hate for myself, and this is why I do these things.
I'm full of hate of myself and others.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
But especially, more than anything else, government. It's for the government.
I love, for the listeners, he's shaking his pen.
Whacking the pen.
Whack that fucking pen, Bob Dole.
Bob Dole needs company. And so the one key factor that was really fucking everything up for me, too, is my employer. We won't name them, but we'll just refer to them as the evil empire. Has
The Soviet Union.
Yes, I work for the Soviet Union. Libertarian Dan works for the fucking Soviet Union.
Yeah, I know. That's why you hate yourself. Yeah. Why would Putin do this?
So they have kind of made more of a demand that I go into the office. Because there's times where like weeks would go by and I don't go into the office because like what is the point? I can actually get more work done from home than I can actually at the
And your office is a fucking hike.
Yeah, it's in Manhattan.
Yeah.
It's in like it's beyond Times Square. I have to cross through Times Square, which is a bitch fest, by the way. Like they had like a they had a protest there recently, and they were like quarantining off, and I'm like,
Oh, my
this is.
God.
I know this isn't going to add like much time to my walk to the office, but I'm already angry because the city inspires anger within my soul. Like I fucking hate Manhattan with all of my being. The only thing I might hate more than Manhattan is Brooklyn, and that's even an if. Like certain parts of Brooklyn I like friend of the show Pat.
Yes.
His area of Brooklyn, fine,
Not bad.
not bad. But like some area, like
He lives at the very tail end.
yeah, quick escape from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I'm cool
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
We can get.
But then
out of
you're
there.
just in Staten Island.
Yeah, I don't hate Staten Island.
That's
too
not
much.
the Dan that I know.
It's a part of New York, so there is still hate in my heart for the area.
Yeah.
But like of all the areas of like the boroughs of Manhattan, I hate that.
Channel your Jerry Seinfeld more for me.
What's the deal with Manhattan? But one of the key things is like I take the express bus from where the area that we pretty much all live, to Manhattan. And it's a 90-minute bare bone, like no traffic, 90 minutes to get there.
Yeah.
And you're just sitting there. I think it's shorter to take a plane ride from here to like Norfolk, Virginia.
For sure.
No.
And so like,
But then you're in Norfolk.
listen, I don't want to be there either. There's a lot of hate in my heart for the Hampton Roads area in Virginia.
I'm just feeling a lot of hate, and I'm way about it.
I've actually, real side note on this. So my stepdad has a barbecue to commemorate his surprise wedding.
Okay.
During COVID, he got remarried.
Right.
And it was like, I legitimately showed up looking like I was going to a Trump rally practically without the actual Trump apparel because I don't own any. And so my sisters were just like escorting me around like the entire party. Like they didn't want me to know that my stepfather was getting remarried for some fucking reason. It's
So weird.
Yeah, it's like a funny movie.
yeah. And then like I realized what was happening.
Weekend with Dan?
Yeah.
I realized what was happening when they took me down to the basement of the house in which this event was happening, and my stepfather was in like a suit, and I'm like, oh,
That's
I'm
great.
here to help him with putting on the clip-on bow tie or something. And I
tricky.
And I had been drinking too, so I don't know. Like, I was telling him, like, listen, man, I've had a few, so I can't tell you exactly if this is like aligned properly. You look fine to me.
Yeah.
But like, it was the anniversary of that, and the whole point I was getting on is that I made a number of threatening references to my sister's boyfriend. One was we were talking about Virginia because I've lived in Virginia, obviously serving in the Navy. And he was talking about like, you know, the other parts of Virginia. And I'm like, listen, man, if you ever attempt to move my sister to the Hampton Roads area in Virginia, I will kick your ass because that area is shit. It's like all crime. It's essentially like low socioeconomic area because of the base.
Yes.
A lot of homeless people. And also at the same time, too, you have all of these people from different parts of the country flying in and just fucking like they have to live there now because they're in the Navy, and all of the driving styles.
I just call them veterans, to be fair.
That's fine. Sailors is more accurate because they're active duty, so they're not veterans.
There's more than I do.
But so like, yeah, there's a lot of crime, especially like in Newport News. Portsmouth isn't particularly great.
I loved hanging out there with you.
Yeah, that was
my first time. Like, even though I'm like from Lakewood originally, and now it's all Jews, so it's totally different. But but I very much so loved hanging out in Newport News, and there was just like random gunshots that would go off all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, are those guns?
somebody,
Yeah, that's a thing.
somebody
Really
got
awesome.
somebody got stabbed outside the door of my apartment in Portsmouth, Virginia. Like it was right there.
Nice.
Somebody tried to break into our apartment. Fortunately, we lock our doors, and it's like 4 sailors in the same house, so we could just like fucking murder a person. if
And
they
also,
came in.
what did you do?
What's that?
Well, like, why would they try and break in? You obviously did something.
Oh yeah.
What did you have?
We gentrified the area. That's what we did.
Yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now you're going to sit here and pretend like you're a victim? I spit on you, sir.
That was a small deviation from that, but also so going onto the bus going into Manhattan was really like aggravating the back as well.
Of course.
Like it was just like locking up at some point. Like the ride there, fine, because I'm fresh off of doing like 90 fucking minutes of stretching and like resistance band work and like a whole bunch of shit. Too much fucking time to spend. Like, this is what I have to do instead of like coffee or a Jocko energy drink or some shit like that. I have to do this because if I'm not, I'm going to I'm going to get my gun.
Yeah. Here I go killing again.
Here I go killing. And so they actually made a you have to come in twice for the week of the event.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
And so I went in a Monday, and coming back, I was working on one of the podcasts on the ride there because I hate that downtime. And so the ride back, I'm just exhausted from like the day. So I'm like pretty much not listening to anything. I'm just like sitting there, like Sound of Silence is playing in my head as I like stare out the window.
Dan's absolutely a killer, though. Can we all like address that? Dan's killing people, and I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. But let's elephant in the room.
Well, yeah, that's the only part of Sound of Silence I'm actually hearing in my head is "Hello, darkness, my old friend." And so what ended up happening was we've done an episode with wrestling about wrestling before. So like I watched Monday Night Raw, and I'm like I got back at a fairly like early time, like 7:30. I'm back home, and I'm like, all right, I have to unfuck all of this. And I get on the foam roller, and you can hear just like my back sounds like a rusty gate. It's just like yeah, like
That's great.
just like the entire thing. And I'm like, as soon as like, all right, I feel a little better, but now I have to. And I have so much shit too. Like I got a traction machine via the VA, so it's not all bad. And I have to like essentially like add to the PSI to like stretch out the neck.
Yeah, my father had a neck injury. He had one of those as well.
And that helps, but I'm like, I'm doing that. I'm doing the foam roller. I'm like legitimately like in down dog position, like just trying to stretch everything out. I'm doing, no, you can't see. I'm literally stretching out like, put my hands behind my head and just stretching out like this for a little bit. It's like way too much shit for a Monday night. Meanwhile, I'm hearing Joe Tessitore like, oh, that was an Alabama slam.
That's why I just drunk whiskey.
Oh, it's Bob Holly back?
Loosens the muscles.
And I actually had to change up, like, because there's so many times I get back there and I just go to like a local bar because I have no meal plan for that day. And I just like, listen, I just need gin. That's more than anything. I just need to drink and like undo the damage to my soul of having to be in that office in that city. Fortunately,
soul damage is a great fucking man. Wow, it's crazy. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, that's fine.
Somebody write that down.
Another interstitial. So a couple Fridays ago, I went to a local bar and I was just like, I'm so desperately just needing food. And as listeners of the podcast, longtime listeners will know, I'm something of a mozzarella stick aficionado. So that was the first thing. I'm like, listen, man, before, like, I'm going to order this with my drink. Like, mozzarella sticks, Beefeater, and Diet Coke.
He walks
like,
in the door, Mott sticks.
now. But I'm like, that's not a meal. You're still pretty hungry. So I ended up ordering, like, because I'm cheap, too, and this place isn't, it's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
So I ordered the house salad, but for $8, I can get that, like, steak added to it. And I almost wept into this steak because I haven't had steak in so long that I'm like, red meat, I fucking love you so much.
The bartender's rubbing its back.
It's okay, man.
It'll be okay.
Yeah.
It'll be okay.
And I bring all that up because I started going to the butcher. I've been going to the butcher, but like, it's been more like chicken and like trying to eat like quote unquote healthier.
Sure.
Now I'm like, nah, fuck it, steak.
Yeah.
Just give me all the steak.
Life's too short to just be eating chicken all the time, friend.
So I started like immediately get home, like cast iron steak. All right, work on your back.
Mm-hmm.
That was and I had to keep doing that until like 9 o'clock.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, and then I wake up the next day. And fucking, I have to start it all over because you've been sleeping.
Right, yeah.
And I was just like, this is great. I had to spend the last 3 hours of my like cognizant time just, all right, foam roller time, stretch, do all of this bullshit. I'm like, I should not be on a bus for 3 hours. That just should not be fucking case.
I enjoy that though. I enjoy that it's not my life.
Yeah.
That's a big part.
I actually had to because part of the story too is, come into the office more often. All right. I was in the office. I was in there from about 10:30 to about, what would you say, like 6 o'clock?
Jeez.
I was beelining for the Port Authority.
Right.
Not one person, not a single soul said a single word to me the entire time.
Awesome. Wow. How deflating.
And meanwhile, my boss had told me it would be good for you to go into the office.
Let me help you.
Yeah.
Help me.
I had just come out of a relationship where she was gaslighting me for that time.
Yeah.
I know a gaslighter. I can smell it.
Sounds like he's trying to feed you fudge.
Yeah, he was trying to force feed me.
Are you ready for it? Guys,
Nobody wants the fudge.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he want the fudge?
That's not good fudge. Not good fudge.
I wanna put it out there. We should all take a trip to Manhattan. Not for Dan's job, but we can go and visit my sister up there. Yeah, no, that's not. I'm Dan is right now trying to visualize
he is
his
tying
own
the noose.
suicide. Yeah, oh yeah, get it up above the rafter. You're not gonna do much here at ground level. We should all take that trip and eat some food and hang out with my sister. And, Dan can kill himself with his own headphones, which is what I am watching right now. Actually, it's incredible.
We could get those hot dogs.
You know what? Oh,
maybe,
dirty water dogs?
Yeah.
I'm way about that.
Maybe find a $10 bill.
Yeah. Oh, we're staying up there? Let's get fucked up in the city.
Let's not stay at that yellow. What was it called? Was it
It had a YOLO.
Was it YOLO or was it something else?
Yotel.
Yotel. Yeah.
Oh,
that was it's like aesthetic of just straight purple.
We that was you know what? I'm so glad that you brought that up. We were in a hot tub together, Dan.
Yeah, we were. There was no water. We were
There was
fully
no
clothed.
water. We were fully clothed. I have a great photo of that.
Yeah.
You look so interesting in that because you have a madness in your eyes. I'm just wasted, like one eye's closed, one eye's open. I'm doing my own fucking thing. But Dan is clearly lucid for this photo and looks like a fucking psychopath. It's like John Wayne Gacy is in the fucking hot tub with me.
Again, yeah. There's a madness inside me.
Oh. All right, we're doing it. That's the next podcast.
Oh boy.
No.
Was it just about my madness? I thought that was the last 15 minutes of this.
That's all of the podcast, Dan. All of them are just. This is all just like a.
Dan, you're
group.
only in a celled room right now. There is no
None
podcast.
of us exist. Don't make them question reality. That's fucked up.
Oh my God. Yeah, that would be my life.
Yeah.
All right, let's just turn that Nietzsche podcast back on. 'Cause I'm way into that.
And then one of my sisters that do exist, they're feeding me fudge in the cell.
Here we are. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So it's been rough, folks.
Yeah, it's been a rough one.
It's been, yeah. We're getting by. We're struggling, but we're surviving. It's like the Jeffersons, or what was the other
Moving
one?
on up.
Yeah, moving on up.
Good times.
Good times. I love that show.
That one is more struggling.
It is.
Than Jefferson.
Why?
Yeah,
He's
Jeffersons
made
are all the way at the
forward.
top already.
Yeah.
Jeffersons aren't struggling.
No,
Yeah.
they were doing all right. Yeah.
They were moving on up.
Yeah.
They're basically white people now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually
Fucked up
own
that it's
one.
like that.
I think.
Yeah. Do they own a white
I think
person?
they do.
This is just going to
Probably a
continue
black
to
person.
spiral further and further from what we're trying to do.
Let's kill it. Let's kill it.
Yeah.
I need another whiskey.
All right. I pretty much think we got everything we wanted to say on this podcast.
Yeah, this is kind of us just venting out a little uncut, probably a little rough and ready,
a little
but
bit more of a therapeutic thing.
yeah,
Except I think I have more issues now that I know that there's a Shrek drag show.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes.
I feel good about it.
Yeah, where do I sign up?
I don't know, but I'm sure we can
beard
find
isn't
out.
long enough.
You were in drag last year for Halloween, I'm pretty sure.
I think I was.
You were.
Oh man, that was a sight to behold. Just a bearded lady from Spaceballs.
Yeah.
That's an oldie but a goodie.
Oh, speaking of Halloween, real quick, do we have any ideas like of what we're going to be attempting to do for Halloween in terms of like, are you going to dress up, Moses?
Probably not.
Not
I think
probably.
I'm just gonna stay home and
Eat fudge?
no, they have these
You always
Poke
says
Bowls.
that, man.
They have these
I
Poke
was
Bowls
really
at,
trying.
Costco.
I was going to be a slave.
Mhm.
And then Dorian apparently yelled at Justin for giving me that idea. So then I was like, I'm not going to be a slave anymore. Now I'm going to be a Klansman. But then I went onto the internet and like one day I'm going to get fucked by this. But my search history is so ridiculous. Because like it will even leave the porn aside and the weird shit that I'm into.
Yeah.
But
Is it clan porn?
I'm just getting your attention, Dan. Clan porn, right? But I literally, because I was like trying to buy a Klansman outfit. So when I didn't get the result the first time I typed it in so many different ways. So like it really like if you look at my search history, it looks like I'm very much so a serious racist.
Nobody's gonna take
like
that
I'm
seriously.
about like abusing another group of people. But I really just wanted to wear the outfit, and that's like obviously I can't can't be a racist against black people, you know. So here we are. But yeah. Anyways, I didn't find that. That's not a thing that you can really buy, which is weird because I bought a fucking Waffen SS uniform, but I can't buy a goddamn Klansman outfit. So it's really absurd. There's something wrong with this country, and I just hope
get it
that
at the
Trump
same
gets in.
spot.
He's going to fix this for me. I think that then I'll be able to buy a Klansman outfit, you know, on Amazon as it should be, and pay a decent price for it. But anyway, so I have no idea what I'm going to be. I might just be a cop again because that's close to being a Klansman, but it looks better too. It's slimming.
It's just like a white power moo-moo.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah. I'm going to be a scary person for Halloween. So I'm either a fucking Nazi, I'm a goddamn Klansman, or I'm going to be a goddamn cop. That's what I'm being. These are the same things.
Oh, goodness fucking gracious.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's it.
I think we killed it.
Yeah, I think
we killed it.
I feel good.
All right, so if you approve of... God damn it. What was your name? Wario?
That's what I called him because I couldn't remember.
Warvey Einstein.
Warvey Einstein. Whether you like his costume idea or not, make sure that you subscribe to this podcast.
You can comments.
Leave us a 5-star review. Actually, you can pitch some costume ideas for him in the comments.
I love that. I am devoid of them right now. Yeah.
Speaking of leaving comments, you can check us out on YouTube and Rumble as well. Make sure that you leave some suggestions of what Warvey can be for Halloween.
Don't say it like that. It's my word.
And make sure that you share our content as well. So people that, you know, if you think would like this episode will get a chance to listen to it. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our content. You can follow us on social media. We are at Loud and Drunk on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. If you laughed as much during this podcast as we did, then maybe you want to slip us, you know, a little bribe.
Yeah.
You can do that at patreon.com/loudanddrunk. And also, we have a home base. So in case you didn't notice all the links that are in the description of this episode, you can go there and you can catch up on the podcast there. There's plenty of awesome merch once we get the video, guys.
Oh yeah,
It's great.
I've got to get one of those shirts. I'm leaning towards the if it ain't American, it's not Loud and Drunk or whatever.
That one's great. Yeah. I'm getting that cat one.
There's awesome glassware too.
Yeah.
So like, guys, check this out. It's gonna be worth your time.
It really is good stuff. Like, yeah, please check it out.
And we also have a contact page, so you can harangue Moses. You can tell him he's a piece of shit, or he should eat the fucking fudge and stop being such a
Eat
pussy.
the fucking fudge.
I don't like
There's no
pumpkin
reason
fudge.
that it escalated to that level.
You totally checked this, right, Moses?
What?
You totally checked the contact page, right?
Yeah, totally.
So make
feel like I'm sorry, but I feel like I just envisioned it that he literally is sitting at his home computer and he prints out the emails that people send, doesn't read them, but then crumples them up and puts them into a garbage can. And all of those extra steps are just for him.
I was thinking that he just prints out the emails and it goes from the printer directly into the shredder.
You think that like it slips right in? Yeah, probably.
Like he's just wasting company money on paper just to do this.
It's called efficiency.
He's eating hot dogs. He's just watching.
Please, we're trying to get out of the episode.
Sorry.
So, for Justin, Moses, and Warvey Einstein,
Hey, what's up?
I'm Dan, and until next time, holy shit, there's a Shrek drag show. I just can't get over this, guys.
Boom.
Oh boy.
You gotta Shrek yourself before you wreck
Oh
yourself.
God.